Now, part 2. He stumbled on architecture because he knew little French and less German. He stumbled. Stumbled means just by chance he got into architecture. It was not that he loved it so much or he chose it over something, because there were few choices and he knew little French and less German. So he just had to take architecture by chance, it just happened. He was offbeat even in the pranks and he played on others. When he found his calling, there was no looking back. He was offbeat means he was unusual, unconventional, he was different in everything. He was creative in his ways, the way he played pranks on others. When he found his calling means when he found the vocation or the work of his choice, that was architecture. He did not look back from there. BR, how did you get into the field of architecture? HC, in the college for architecture, nobody who had got below 80 to 85% was allowed to enter. I had only 50%. I wanted to join the army. I got my admission letter, but my aunt tore it up. Then I decided that I wanted to join the police force. My mother said, "Don't join the police force, just do your Graduation. So I went to Jai Hind College in Mumbai. So it is like in the starting, he could not get admission in architecture because he got only 50%, and for architecture 80 to 85% at least was required. Then he wanted to join army. Then mother did not want him to join army. Then he wanted to join police force. Then also mother said you can't join police force. Then she wanted him to finish his graduation. So he went to Jai Hind College in Mumbai. There I was either there I was to either take French or German. Though I had studied French for 7 years, I did not know 7 words of French, so I took German. Then my German teacher died. The college told me that I could change the college or take French. Now, who would give me admission in another college? I had got admission to Jai Hind by influence. Influence means through the recommendation of somebody, because his marks was not so good. The percentage was not so good. Only 50% marks he had got. So I thought, okay, I will take French, and I started learning French again. I learnt it from my cousin. She was an architect's wife. I was going to an architect's office to learn French. So it was something very strange that he was going to an architect's office to learn French, because architect's wife knew French. BR, was it that then that you decided you wanted to do architecture? HC, actually, it all happened quite by chance. In the architect's office, I saw somebody drawing a window detail. A window detail is a very advanced drawing. I told him that his drawing was wrong, that the window he had drawn would not open. So he told that person that his drawing was wrong. Some person was making a drawing. He was an architect, so he could find out his mistake. He then had a bet with me, and later he found that indeed his drawing was wrong. My cousin's husband was surprised. He asked me to draw few specific things, which I immediately did. So he could draw those things very appropriately and correctly. He asked me to design a house, and I designed a house. After that, he told me to drop everything and join architecture. He went to meet the principal of the college. The principal warned me, I will allow you to take part in the entrance exam, but if you do not do well, I will not allow you to join. I got an A plus in the entrance exam, and from that day it was a cakewalk, means it was a smooth way. Life was so smooth because I got the field of my choice, which I was also not knowing that I was so good in it. I had never made a plan, but I knew how something looked like from the top. I had never known what a section was, but I knew if you cut a plan what it would look like. I stood first class, first throughout after that. So in 11th standard, he could only get 50%, and when he came into the field of his own choice, or the field where he could actually excel, so he always got first position there, always got first position, and there was no looking back from there. I believe that all this understanding came from what I used to play and do during school. I had a friend called Behram Devecha, who we used to have competitions between us for designing forts, guns, and ammunition. Each of us would design something in an effort to be different. So he says that actually all this I can give credit to my school days activity which I used to have with my friend Behram. And we would draw the designs of forts, guns, and ammunition, and we would try our best to be creative as far as we can. Page number 30. In school, when I was in the second or third standard, one of my teachers, Mrs. Gupta, saw my sketches and told me, "See, you are useless in everything else, but your sketches are good. When you grow up, you become an architect." I did not know at that time, but she was right. Later, after I became an architect, I went back to meet her and tell her. So, this Hafiz contractor says that I can remember one teacher, Mrs. Gupta, who could remark at very early stage that I can be a good architect. So he says that some teachers can actually, recognize your talent at a very early age. BR, why do you think you did not like studies? Was it because you felt you could not cope, could not deal with the curriculum? HC, I was very bad at languages. Science and geography I could deal with, maths was very bad. I just was not interested. I was studying for the sake of studying. What they taught me today I would forget after 2 days. I would not bother because there was no application of mind there to begin with. So HC contractor says that I was not interested in studies because first of all I would forget everything, and secondly because that did not interest me because there was no application of that theory which I was being taught at school. BR, did you think that what they taught you at school was boring, or did you feel that once you understood the concept of what was being taught, you lost interest in the rest of the lesson? HC, living in a boarding school is difficult. We were just living from day to day. Nowadays, there are so many tests. Back then, whenever we had tests, we used to just copy. The teacher thought that we have done our work. So he says basically the things were so boring. The method of studies, the method of the way we were taught was so boring to me that it could never interest me. And I would simply copy in the tests and pass. BR, there is a contention that giftedness and learning disabilities go hand in hand. Do you think this applies to you? So this interviewer asked that giftedness means having special abilities, and learning disabilities go hand in hand. So, do you agree with this? To which HC answers, well, take some students from my class, those who always stood first or second, are today doing very ordinary jobs. So, he says it is not necessary that somebody who is good in studies will always excel in life, in careers also, and other people will not. It is not always the case. BR. I have come across the situation in so many different places where people tell me that their class toppers are doing very ordinary today. So, interviewer also agrees to Hafiz contractor on this matter. HC, in school, I think living our lives there made us street smart. I have learned more by doing what I did on my own than what academics would have taught me. So he says, I got more and more opportunity of practical things. That is what I have learned in my school days, which made me street smart. Page number 31. BR. That is because the personality and skills were there. You were able to find expression in a manner you were comfortable with, and you defied every rule so that nobody would stop you from doing what you needed to do. So, interviewer understands what happened in his school life. So she says that, at your school time you could mold your personality and your skills according to your expression of the hidden talent of architecture in you. HC, I was more interested in other things. For example, while in the class it started raining outside, I would think of the flowing water and how to build a dam to block it. I would be thinking about the flow of water within the dam and how much of water the dam would be able to hold. That was my interest for the day. So he says that, whatever is happening around me, for example, if it is raining, so rather than concentrating inside the class, what was being taught to me, I would rather concentrate on the rain and think of a way to build a dam. So my mind was, from the starting only, was related to architecture somewhere. I had that hidden thing inside me which I could not recognize myself. When student lost a button while playing or fighting, they would come running to me and I would cut a button for them for chalk using a blade. Discipline in the school was very important and no student could afford to have a button missing. The student would get past dinner with a full neat uniform and after that it did not matter. So he says that discipline was very important in our school times. So whenever during a fight a student would lose a button of the shirt, so they would come to me running and I would make a button out of the chalk, and that was very important for them. So this is how I, from the starting, Hafiz contractor was inclined to the hand on working. He wanted to make things, he wanted the application of the things rather than only the learning, only theory. He was not only interested in theory, he was more interested in application of the things. BR, coming to the present, how do you decide as to what kind of structure you want to give a client? HC, I look at the client's face, his clothes, the way he talks and pronounces, the way he eats, and I would know what his taste would be like. I can relate to people in a way that would be comfortable. I sketch very spontaneously on a paper on the spot. That paper I give to my people in the office. So he says, whenever I have to decide about what my client wants, I just look at the whole personality of the client, how he behaves in his life, what are his ways of eating, talking, everything. So from there I can find out what would be his taste. I can guess his taste. Do you do it instinctively? HC, call it an instinct, call it arithmetic, whatever. Now it comes to me like mathematics, putting designs, construction, psychology and sociology together and making a sketch from all that is mathematics. So he says, I don't know whether it comes to me instinctively or whether it is some kind of maths or what it is like, but it just happens. I just put all the things together. I put psychology, maths, sociology, everything together, and I make a sketch. And all this is some kind of calculation which naturally comes to me. Here were almost Here we almost come to a full circle where Mr. Contractor has derived his own interpretation of mathematics, taking it from a subject he hated to a subject he now loves dealing with. So, here again we can say we started the interview from maths and we are ending the interview with Hafiz Contractor with at mathematics only. We are ending the interview at mathematics only. That was some different kind of mathematics, but this is some different kind of mathematics. That was the mathematics he hated, and now this is the mathematics he loves the most. So here we come to the end of the chapter. Thank you, students.